friends, today we're reading That's What Leprechauns Do. Oh, to Miss Robin from Ronnie. The three leprechauns sat under the chestnut tree. Ari looked up to the cloud-filled day. It's coming, he said, and there's work to be done. Boo and Cole put on their red shoes and their caps and strapped their packs to their backs. We're ready, Boo said, but why is it always us that has to put the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, especially since not a single soul ever finds it? Cole asked. Ari looked from one of them to the other. Don't be asking, he said. It's leprechaun duty, so it is. And fellows, remember, it's coming, so there'll be no time for mischief along the way. They walked in line, the one in the front of the other and the other behind. No mischief along the way, they chanted. But when they got to Belly Button Farm, they saw Miss Belly Button's cow, Pansy, standing in the field. Ari whipped out the little bottle of red paint he kept in his backpack for leprechaun business. He ran across to Pansy. Stand still, my lovely, he told her, and he painted her hooves scarlet red. Pansy looked down. Pretty, she said. Imagine Mrs. Belly Bunion's face when she comes to milk you, Ari shouted. He and Boo and Cole rolled over in the grass, laughing. She'll think I've been to a dance, Pansy said. Pansy did a couple of small hop and steps to demonstrate. The leprechauns clapped and whistled. We'd be delighted to join you in a waltz or two, Ari exclaimed, but we're in a desperate hurry. I thought there was no mischief along the way, Boo reminded them. That's kind of cute. Oh, sure, but I couldn't help myself. Mischief is what leprechauns do, Ari said. Along with our more important duties, he glanced up at the tatters of clouds in the sky. And we'd better not delay, for we've delayed enough already. But as they were passing old Jamie Bradley's house, they saw Jamie's gray woolen long john spread out to dry on his hawthorn hedge. The leprechauns looked at each other and grinned. Quick as a cat pounce, they ran across to the hedge and stood one on top of the other and the other on top of him. Ari reached up and tried the two long john legs together in a tight knot. They almost fell off each other. They laughed so hard. It would be great altogether to stay and watch old Jamie trying to put his legs in those, Boo said. But it will be a month of Sundays before they're dry, and we have no time to waste. They took a few minutes to somersault across Liam McCabe's garden. There was a yellow tennis ball in the middle of the road, and they rolled it along with them as they went. Miss Maud Murphy's hen, Bertie, clucked at them from behind her gate. Bertie, Ari whispered, would you do us a favor? Can we truggle this ball to your nest? And could you sit on it for us? It'll be a great joke on Miss Maud Murphy when she comes out to gather your eggs. Braddy put her head to one side. It's not going to be easy sitting on that. But the three of you were so good to me, scaring that fox away from my hen house last night. I'll do it. Cole stretched up and patted her wing. Thank you, Bertie. They squeezed themselves through the gate and tumbled the ball with them. They had heaved it up into Bertie's nest. She gave a trial sit on it. So these leprechauns are up to some mischief, right? I'll be sore underneath myself for a week, she grumbled, but the thought of Miss Maud Murphy's face when she sees it, that I've laid a yellow ball, will be worth it. Won't that beat all? Cole asked. The three of you can't help make mischief, can you? Bertie asked. That's what leprechauns do, Ari told her, along with our more important duties. He stopped. Is that a spitting of wet I feel? Tess, Boo stared at the sky when the sun was flickering through heavy clouds. A thin, cool rain had started to fall. Hurry, hurry, Ari ordered. It's come. We can't be late. They pulled their green slickers from their backpacks and settled their caps low to their ears. So it's starting to rain, which means the rainbow's coming, right? Anybody seeing them racing along the road would have taken them for 3 green leaves, but they were leprechauns, and they had work to do. Get them out, Booyah, get them ready, Ari said. They took their little spades from their backpacks. Then they stopped for a minute to look at the rainbow. Blue and green and yellow and pink was stretched across the sky. There it is, Ari said. Satisfaction, come on. They dashed across Patty Waggle's bog, found the place there where they kept the pot of gold buried for just such a rainbow occasion and dug it up. Ari stood in the middle of the bog. Here, he said. The three of them placed the pot of glittering gold in just the right spot and watched the rainbow curve itself all the way down till it ended on the top of the pot. The leprechauns settled themselves to wait. They tootled some grass stake music, threw raindrops at each other, and ate the rose chips they brought for snacks. They waited long, but nobody came. Once again, nobody came. You'd think somebody would find it, Cole complained. Somebody will someday, Ari said. Maybe we should put up a sign, Boo suggested. Pot of gold this way. No, Ari said. That's not how it's done. There's a bit of magic to finding the pot of gold. And a bit of imagination, too. The gold's waiting for just the right person. The rain had stopped. The sun went behind the clouds. The rain shortened itself, then disappeared. No use waiting any longer. Cole took off his cap and wrung it out wet. If we hurry, we could be in time to see Miss Maud Murphy discover Bertie's big yellow egg, he said. Boo laughed. Won't that be a great thing to see? All right then, Ari said. We'll put a rush on this. They buried the pot again in its usual place. Ari patted the smooth-down bog hog. Don't worry, Pot, he said, as he whispered. We'll be back to get you on the next big rainbow day. Now we're off again to see what new mischief we can find, for besides our important duties, that is what leprechauns do. Look it, she found the egg. Okay, and then that's just about leprechauns. All about leprechauns. According to the legend, the leprechaun is a tiny elf, found only in Ireland. Many leprechauns are shoemakers to fairies who pay them gold for their work. The leprechaun, or little people, store their gold in pots and often bury one at the end of a rainbow. So since leprechauns love more than anything to play tricks, this may be just another one. The gold at the end of the rainbow has not been discovered yet, but if you find a leprechaun and pick him up, he must tell you where the gold is hidden. This is leprechaun law. So look for leprechauns in Ireland, near clear springs of water, or close to large rock formations, or at the end of a rainbow. Listen to the sound of tiny hammering, tapping, or elfin pimps piping, as small voices sing a fairy song, and maybe, just maybe, you will find a leprechaun's pot of gold. All about That's What Leprechauns Do. Bye, friends.